Today we have my Geek Box Lite for February. As you can see by the box damage here, this has come through a rainstorm to arrive to my doorstep. The other side of it looks even worse. It's really beat up. So it's gone through a lot to get to me. So hopefully what's inside is still intact. I did let it dry overnight. The worst of the dampness is gone. And I want to go ahead and get this open before hopefully it translates into whatever's inside. So keeping my fingers crossed that whatever's inside is still intact. We'll check that out in a second. I'm a little on this box, and I'm hoping that at some point I will get wowed. There have been a couple of items that I've liked in my Geek Box, but for the most part I've been meh on what's been included. So I'm hoping that'll turn around at some point. We'll have to see. So if you're interested in my Geek Box or any of its variations, I will go ahead and include a link down below. It is a box that comes out of the UK, so keep that in mind when you're taking a look at pricing and shipping options to determine whether or not that kind of shipping is worthwhile for where you're at. So do take that into consideration. So my Geek Box does not typically do a theme, although I have seen on their website sometimes they will bundle themes together as a package for people to buy. In fact, if you go back to my channel and take a look over the last couple of months or so, you'll see a Star Wars bundle that I got actually through my Geek Box Lite, which I liked pretty much, with the exception of some damage to a couple of items that came in the post. But anyway, so in general, the My Geek Box monthly subscriptions don't tend to have a theme. They just tend to be random items kind of tossed together, and that's been a little bit of my problem with them over the last couple of boxes that I've received. I don't mind getting random items, but the assortment has been a little too random for my taste, but we'll kind of see how this plays out. So let's go ahead and see what came in for February. Now this is the light version, and so the light version means that there's usually only 2 or 3 items in there. Opening this up, I see the first thing that I see is a very wet Wonder Woman plushie with a very large head. So I'm actually glad that I'm unpacking this now to give her a little bit of a chance to dry out. She kind of looks like she is ready for wrestling mode. And it does look like it is a licensed item, so that's nice. It's always nice having a licensed item. Got a very large head and decaled features. And again, her body is kind of squat looking. It looks like she's ready to go into wrestling mode. And the body is mostly where the dampness is, so she's going to have to dry out some. But anyway, we've got a Wonder Woman plush. And the next thing that we have is a Star Wars Rogue One Death Star bottle opener, which I appreciate. I do like me some Star Wars stuff. It's a very weighty chain here. It's actually a pretty weighty item, so I do appreciate that. I don't typically have bottles to open, so I don't think I will use this, but I will definitely add it to my items collected because I do like my Star Wars stuff. And then the last thing in here would have been convenient for my box. It is a Superman poncho. And considering how rainy it has been around here, this is definitely going to come in handy. What I will probably do is just store this in my car in the event that I get stuck somewhere and I don't have an umbrella. So I appreciate that, and it's a very timely item, so that's kind of cool. Alright, so those are all of the items in the Geek Box Lite. Again, it is the light version, so there's usually only 2 to 3 items in there. And this time around, I'm pretty happy with it. I'm on the plushie, to be honest. I don't mind plushies, but I don't typically like doll forms. Not necessarily liking plushies that are people. I didn't mind getting the the Wamba in the Star Wars box for Smuggler's Bounty, and I've got a couple of other things that kind of are sitting around that are plushies. I wouldn't typically collect something like this though. So this I'm going to pass on once it dries out. But the poncho is going to be useful, especially right now. And of course the Superman thing is just kind of fun. Makes it a little bit of a variation from the typical clear ones that you see around here. And of course, Star Wars items. I can always appreciate Star Wars items. The one kind of thing that I'm noticing with my Geek Box in general, and this is something that I didn't know about until I actually started the subscription, and then I started kind of hearing other unboxers talking about it. I got this box initially because it comes out of the UK, and I thought it would be really cool to get a box where potentially I could be receiving items that I can't find here in the US, and that hasn't been the case. It seems like a lot of the items here that are provided, while cool, I mean, you know, I definitely like this, I could get this here. I could certainly seek this out and get it myself here. So kind of that novelty of you know, trying to get things that aren't available in the United States is definitely not a reason to go for my Geek Box. So anyway, those are some things to consider if you're actually in the UK or near the UK, and it's cheaper to go that route than to have things shipped to you from the US. This would probably be a good way to go because it would be a great way to get those items at a lower shipping cost. In the United States, not so sure that it's worth it when you add in the shipping cost to bring this over here, considering these are things that we can get here. So just food for thought to consider. I will be continuing on with my Geek Box Lite for a little while. I did get an extended subscription for a cheaper price, so I will be getting this for a little while longer. As of right now, I don't think I will renew it when that time comes. So that's kind of where my thoughts are on the matter at this point. Let me know what you think about it. Did you like any of these 3 items? Do you think that it would be worth getting in a box? Or are you glad that I'm kind of nixing the Geek Box plan in the future? So let me know what you think. I'll see you later. Bye.